Can you talk about what first led you to come to Dr. Nakamura's office back in March of 2009?
Yes, I had experienced 3 car accidents 3 years in a row, 03, 04, and 05. And I'd had some chiropractic care then, but it wasn't complete. It's still hurting every day, all day, and struggling through the nights. Then in 09, I was bicycling to Botanical Gardens, the Chicago Botanical Gardens, and enjoyed the ride immensely. 48 miles into the ride, however, I hit a pothole and heard a snap in my back. It was very painful, like off the scale painful for a moment, but as I stopped my bicycle and took a couple of deep breaths, it started to ease up a little bit. So I thought, oh, I'm only 2 miles from home. I'll just ride the rest of the way. And then I laid in bed and it froze up and I could barely move. The pain was just off the charts. Lots of prayers, trying to move around, trying to stretch. Couldn't get the pain to go down below an 8 out of 10. So I found out about Dr. Nakamura through a person who was giving a seminar at my work, and came here hoping he could do something. He was amazing. He was calm, confident, looked me right in the eye and said, "You don't have to be in pain. I will help you with the pain. We will remove the pain from you. You will be pain-free. But you need to work with me as your partner. You need to do what I say to do. You need to come here when I ask you to come, and we will get you pain-free." No one had ever said that to me. They just said they'd help me manage the pain. And managing the pain wasn't working. So I put my faith in him, and it was well-founded. My very first appointment, we went from an 8 off the scale down to a 2. And I could work. I have 2 jobs, and it's a lot of hours every week, and I could work with very little pain. I thought, wow, this is great. The next appointment, it went from a 2 to a 1, barely there. And the third appointment, it went away. The pain went away. It was my own little miracle. And Dr. Nakamura really came Once through. He aligned me, I could go back with no pain now to the gym. I can go on the elliptical for an hour now. I can lift weights carefully, proper form. I can stretch, again, carefully, proper form. But as long as I keep the form, I don't hurt myself. Now, occasionally, I'm sloppy, like every other human around, and I goof up the form, and I pull something, or it starts to hurt. And Dr. Nakamura fits me right in and makes the pain go away. It's just marvelous.
What was your knowledge of chiropractic before Dr. Nakamura? Did you have any or many experiences with chiropractic?
Yes, I had chiropractors who would crack my bones and jerk my body to get it in alignment. It was painful getting the pain released, and it didn't totally release the pain. So here I was going through more pain just to have a minor release of pain. It didn't make sense to me, and I stopped going. And I tried other things, yoga, meditation, and things were not working. Came to Dr. Nakamura. He does the Korean scientific technique. It is so pain-free. It is a gift. I come here in pain. He gently taps my body. It gently goes back into alignment. And then he's kind enough to do acupuncture points that allow the pain to get completely freed for weeks at a time.
Tell me about the needles and your experience with needles.
Just hate needles. Take my blood, I practically pass out. Hate needles. But I always have to watch because I want to make sure they hit the vein and not have my arm, So I came here and he said, we're going to put a few needles in you. Now, I'd had acupuncture elsewhere, and they just put the needles in, but it took them a half an hour to get just the needles in. It was this long, protracted process, and it was very unnerving because you're laying down and you can't see what they're doing, and for me that's terrifying. It's like, what if they put it in the wrong place? What will it do? So I didn't like it, and so I wouldn't let them do it that often. Came here, Dr. Nakamura is amazing. He touches you with one hand, the needle's in before you even have a moment to think, will it hurt or not? And it doesn't. I mean, the worst is like a tiny little, acupuncture's never been such a delight, and I never thought I'd say that about needles. But it's marvelous. And the results are well worth the effort.